Welcome to the Freighter's H Mortal Hours. What is I, Freighter's H, and here is Mr. Peck, S Duck, and IG88. Well, Freighter, playing Final Fantasy. That's some good stuff. That's great stuff. I know that's in your top 10 there, and that's a good one. Yeah, it's a great game, man. I love it. It's like just good old grinding. That's all that matters. Isn't that gonna get kind of old though? I mean, there's not really variety. You're just fighting the same imps all the time. Yeah, but that's the way it is. It's about the numbers, man. It's about the numbers. See, folks, you gotta understand that Freighter is um fairly autistic, and he likes that. It really makes his brain feel good. He likes that same repetition all the time, and you'll find that a lot sometimes where some people are artistic. They like those like turn-based or JRPGs and stuff. And he likes that game, but but he's very artistic with that game. I've noticed like the games that came after, he does it like, no, it's got to be this. It's because they don't let me rename the characters. And exactly, they don't let me rename the characters. Why do they stop that? Well, it's because they said, well, the story narrative is we got these characters, and I'm like, no, it's my story. I want to make my story. I don't want their story. I don't want to hear about a guy named Cloud. Or Sephiroth or whatever. I want my character. Maybe I got characters. I want to have the Freighter SH. I want to have the S Duck or IG88 or Mr. Peck or Mr. Graves. Pugapi Adams. Why can't I make those characters? Well, I guess we didn't make the games. Well, we don't have to buy the games either. That's true. That is another one. So could say, well, because George Lucas could be like, well, I make the movies, it's my movie. But then we can go to George and say, but it's my money and I don't have to buy the ticket to see your movie. And he has to kind of nod and say, that's true too. So there has to be a compromise. Like I would be like, well, listen, I'll make a video game, but the character has to look this way. All right, you can change his name. Actually, if you think about Freighter, I am sorry to say this, but in Final Fantasy VII, you could actually change their names. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, but remember, I'm the bad Freighter. Yeah, you only play the best NES guy. I know. You only play the best NES games. Folks, I've tried to kind of be like that. Listen, I know NES is the best. It's great. It really started something. There's other varieties of game. He gets the lightsaber out. He's already kind of fumbling it. I can see he's fumbling that saber. Oh dear. Well, let's talk to S Duck. You know, uh, I take it we're talking IG88. Guys, he can't. He doesn't make any sense. Oh, it's like blah, 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 blah. I heard that the other day, and I went, Mr. Peck, you're letting him talk. The German in the clip champ, guys. If you pick German and you pick Christoph, um, it can say stuff in English with a German accent, which is really great. But sometimes it gets confused by certain words, and then what happens is the words that come after that, it'll say in German. Like it's been tricked up a bit or something. Mr. Pack, I know, I'm sorry. I forgot you're kind of going on a no IG88 thing. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's there. I mean, but yeah, but oh well. I mean, look, I'll show you. IG88, tell me something.
butterscotch, 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 woodchuck, woodchuck.
Oh, that, you know what? That was fascinating because he actually said that in English pretty well. Yeah, he actually did. But you know what, Mr. Peck, though, the problem is when I want him to just talk about NES games or, contribute to the Power Glove Congress, he that's when he gets confused. He starts speaking German, or eh, we got a problem with him, and I'll let him do a little small snippet every show, but he's on lockdown. He's on lockdown. Oh, all right. Oh, S Duck, you got the floor. How was your date yesterday with Freighter?
It was a wonderful date, and Sweetie Frotter is my boyfriend now. IG-88 makes no sense.
Freighter, did you hear that, Freighter? Uh, oh, oh, wow. I'm her boyfriend now. It's this new role for Freighter. It's a new role, new responsibilities. Uh, well, I mean, well, it's gonna be an impressive storyline. I know Bad Freighter, you're trying to keep from doing that kind of stories, but on the show. But I'm sorry, but we got a new narrative. And also, she's quite right about IG-88. He makes no sense. Um, yeah. Fake yes, Duck. Baby cakes. Baby cakes. Baby cakes. All right. This show is really going into a weird direction. Prayer, you want to get the people all ready? You're gonna go play Final Fantasy on Nintendo? Yeah, we're gonna go play a video game now. And we are back, and we are back to fighting imps. Now, go ahead. I assign each character, and of course I have to remember that each. Hello. Okay, so like I said, I kind of didn't like that party. Didn't like that party. And it's usually better to have like 3 nights and then have like red mage. Because you get the fighters are great, they're just absolutely great, but you still do need a character who can do some magic. Yep, all 3 fighters. And I gotta be honest with you, I like being able to name my characters. Although they don't give you much room to name them much. Gotta think about that. As a kid, I just used to name the characters whatever I was watching on TV. And yes, I picked the red mage. Grab her stuff. Grab whatever we need. Rapier. Back. Our rapier. This for IG-88. And a wooden club for interesting that the red mage I always thought was just sort of an old man with gray hair. But then if you actually do look at the character model, you know, like their upper body does stick out a ways, like their chest. So, like, I guess like somebody could say it's a female too. I don't. I know it's like somebody can be frustrated. Like, oh, there's no female characters. Ah! Oh, who cares? I mean, even the characters are supposed to be male. I mean, they don't even really look like human beings. They're just, you know, just video game characters. I mean, you know, you're trying to assign gender to something that isn't really there. It's just a figment of your imagination. It could be whatever you want it to be. I mean, maybe this is like a world where there isn't really genders. I mean, whatever. Nah, don't got enough. Gonna have to do some grinding. Which is the name of the game of this. It's go up to the castle. I know like somebody could say, well, maybe you don't have to go up to the castle. Well, it starts just you know, just sort of an official way to start. Yep, getting that princess. I generally like to level up my guys a decent amount before taking on Garland. Because, I like to just, you can defeat him rare. He's a lot. When I was a kid, I used to be like, oh no, not Garland. Like, what if we don't beat him? And actually, the stuff that's in the dungeon is a lot more higher level than he is. Some of that stuff can really drain your party. But he in himself, he's pretty weak, man. I mean, he's pretty easy. Because, you know, they want you to be able to move on to the rest of the real game unlocks once you defeat him. So yeah, they obviously want you to defeat him. I love it when you start getting those critical hits. That's some good stuff. That's what you want. You see, you're doing so much better, and you're doing so much faster once you have a couple of knights in there for fighters. Ultima Exodus, the thing that's great about that, I mean, you need to understand, like, this game's pretty basic with classes. I mean, that game has like every kind of class you can imagine. You can have rangers, you can paladins, you name it. They do actually have a halfling, a hobbit. You can actually have that. It's very imaginative. Now understand that's the NES version. I mean, but if a person was willing to, they can go back to the original Ultima game that's on PC. Of course, most people wouldn't be able to handle that game. It's like, you know, there's not much there as far as graphics. It's very, very basic. But for its time, that was really kind of it. But it was attempting something that was still a new concept. A lot of times with like retro enthusiasts of today, they got it so easy with games. I mean, you're playing Skyrim. There is no reason to go back to Ultima. There's no reason to go back to a lot of stuff. So what happens is, though, maybe they have kind of like a mild respect for does heal. Yes, it heals. Generally, in most games in the future, here is for poison and curses. It's for those kinds of things. But with this, it's like a size fits all kind of deal. So like if you get your health damaged, you can have a cure spell available. Heal your characters. So, but yeah, it's interesting going back and then when you're talking about retro and stuff. A lot of times I like to try to figure out not just video games, but like I mentioned last episode about choose your own adventure and how there was all kinds of attempts to kind of broaden one's own imagination. Time in this recording, there was like I was like kind of even watching a video of about the choose your own adventure books and stuff. Really, I never thought of like trying to see if someone had made like a YouTube video on just the history of those. And I really realized there is potential there. I'm not really saying about a project. I don't know. Especially with all my tradition about looking at the histories of conspiracy theories, cult, Christianity. Maybe the idea of doing like choose your own adventure kind of thing, being like a character like back like the 1800s or 1700s or 1600s. You start seeing things like that don't make sense, but you see them every day, and then maybe every once in a while the characters like given some kind of option, and then and then there could be like the book could be like different kind of rabbit holes, like as they go down this way, and then it's like they start getting something different, weird. Who knows if you did something like that? Who knows if you get on Coast Goes AM? Monsters perished. Experience is up. And what's next? More grinding. Get more gold. Get S-Duck some more spells or something. But you gotta get that level up. That's the way it is. Well, let's see if next show kind of all the commentary, but you can enjoy the rest of the game. See you next time.